All right, hello and welcome back to another Mr. Pisto Plays Magic the Gathering Arena Brawl deck tech and gameplay session. We are playing Niko Aris, Planeswalker, 3 mana plus X for a 3 loyalty Planeswalker, and you get X shard tokens when Niko Aris enters the battlefield. Those shard tokens are pay 2, sacrifice this enchantment, scry 1, then draw cards. So we're hoping to draw some cards and get creatures through. We got lots of enter the battlefield effects. We have adventure cards. We just have the value creatures that we want to get in. With that +1 ability, up to 1 target creature you control can't be blocked this turn. Whenever that creature deals damage this turn, return it to its owner's hands. We got a bunch of stuff that we want to replay and use over and over and over again. -1, Niko Aris deals 2 damage to target tapped creature for each card you've drawn this turn. That's where their shard tokens come into play, along with a few other draw card spells that we have in the deck. And then we have the -1, create another one of those shard tokens. We can keep the value train rolling. All right, let's get into the cards and why we picked them. We got Giant Killer, one of those good cards to +1 with Niko Aris. Is a 1 mana 1/2 that taps a creature for a white and a generic mana. Then we can pay 1 white and 2 generic mana at instant speed before we make it a creature to destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. We have Opt, scry 1, draw 1. Charming Prince, another one of those creatures that's nice to reuse as an enter the battlefield effect. It's a 2 mana 2/2. You can choose one of the following: scry 2, gain 3 life, or exile another target creature you own. Return it to the battlefield under your control at the beginning of the next end step. And that also works with some of our other creatures we have. Glass Casket, to exile a creature with converted mana cost 3 or less until Glass Casket leaves the battlefield. Deals with small things, which is nice. Anticipate, a little bit of card filtration, looking at 3 cards, putting one into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library. We have Depart the Realms, is a nice bounce and non-land permanent to its owner's hand, get something out of the way. So we're trying to kind of keep ourselves alive until we can get to our top end. That's where the deck really shines. With Disdainful Stroke, I like this card. We want to give it a try in the format. Countering a converted mana cost 4 or greater spell is quite nice. Thieving Skydiver, a great way to steal or deal with artifacts from your opponents. 2 mana, kicker of X, where X can't be 0. And if you kicked it, you can take control of target artifact with converted mana cost X or less. And if this artifact is an equipment, attach it to Thieving Skydiver, and its face value is a 2/1. Arcane Signet, blue or white ramp. Maze Mind Tome helps us draw cards and scry through our deck. If we do it 4 times, we exile it and gain 4 life. Heliod's Intervention, destroying X artifacts at instant speed and or enchantments, or gaining twice X life if we need the little bit extra to get to our top end before we die to aggro. Banishing Light and Bound in Gold, both ways to deal with, not with permanents. Banishing Light exiles the permanent until Banishing Light leaves the battlefield. Bound in Gold basically makes it useless until Bound in Gold leaves the battlefield. Glasspool Mimic, one of those cool cards to do with Niko Aris, or it is a land that comes into play tapped, and when you cast it, you choose one of the creatures you control, and it becomes a copy of that, except it's a shapeshifter rogue in addition to its other types. Midnight Clock, some nice ramp in blue. And at the beginning of each upkeep, you put a time counter on it. Once you get to 12 counters, you exile it, shuffle your hand and graveyard into your library, and draw 7 cards. And you can pay a blue and 2 colorless to put an hour counter on Midnight Clock. Mystical Dispute, Whirlwind Denial, Neutralize, and Saw It Coming. All different counter spells. This one counters things unless its controller pays 3, and you can pay 2 less if it's a blue spell. This counters abilities or spells, each of them, if its controller pays 4. And then Neutralize and Saw It Coming are just straight up counterspell. This one you can foretell, this one you can cycle. We have Brazen Borrower, another one of those great cards for the +1. It has Petty Theft as an instant speed, return target non-land permanent and opponent controls to its owner's hand. Or it's a 3 mana 3/1 with flash and flying that can only block creatures with flying. Nadir Kraken, I have not played with this card. I think it's quite cool. I've seen people play against me. With Niko Aris's shards, if we pay 1 extra mana, we get a 1/1 counter on this and a blue 1/1 blue tentacle creature token, which is kind of cool. We have Felidar Retreat. A great control kind of card. Helps us build up our board if we are behind, and helps us make our things bigger and be able to block if we're ahead. Shatter the Sky, one of our board wipes. Destroy all creatures. If you have a creature with power 4 or greater, you get to draw a card. Same for your opponent. Starnheim Unleashed, another awesome finisher. 4 mana for a 4/4 white angel warrior creature token with flying and vigilance, but if you pay its for tail cost of a white and XX, you get X of those tokens instead. So at 3 mana, you get 1, 5 mana, 2, and so on and so forth. Behold the Multiverse helps us fuel Niko Aris's -1, where we deal damage to tapped creatures. 4 mana, draw 2, or you can pay the Foretell cost to draw them instead. Solemn Simulacrum, another one of those +1 targets for Niko Aris. When it enters the battlefield, you search your library for a basic land, put it on the battlefield tap, shuffle your library. And when it dies, you draw a card. It's a 2 mana or 4 mana 2/2. Doomscar, another one of those destroy all creatures. 5 mana for its face value, or you can pay 2 early to foretell it, and then pay the foretell cost of white 1. And so it's 5 mana, but in 2 components, which is cool. Elspeth Conquers Death, just catch all, I think, in this format. Being able to get rid of exiling a permanent with converted mana cost 3 or greater, then slowing down your non-creature spells of your opponents, and then returning a creature card or a planeswalker card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it or a loyalty counter on it. Lots of good value creatures and a couple of good planeswalkers, so yeah, Elspeth Conquers Death I think goes in any white deck. With Graven Lore, we are playing those snow lands. So you get to scry X, where X is the amount of snow mana spent to cast a spell, then draw 3 cards. It helps us with Niko Aris, and there's just instant speed, refill our hand. And we get to get it back with Shipwreck Dowser. 5 mana for a 3/3 prowess. When it enters the battlefield, you return a target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. We can basically take over a game if we have Sublime Epiphany in our graveyard when we cast Shipwreck Dowser, but you're better off to cast this after Shipwreck Dowser is out, because you can, one of the modes is create a token of a creature you control. And with Shipwreck Dowser, you cast Sublime Epiphany, pick counter target spell, counter target activated or triggered ability, return target null and permanent to its owner's hand, create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. Target player draws a card. Whew, lots of text on that one. So you make a token of Shipwreck Dowser. Sublime Epiphany resolves, the token enters, you get your Sublime Epiphany back, and it's a loop. Dream Trawler is probably one of the strongest finishers in the game, next to maybe Ugin. 6 mana for a 3/5 flying lifelink. Whenever you draw a card, it gets +1/+0, and whenever it attacks, you draw a card. So it's attacking as a 5/5, and when you can discard a card to give it hexproof until the end of turn and tap it. So it's pretty hard to deal with without removal, like board wipe style removal. Realm Cloak Giant, another one of those +1 cards for Niko Aris. It's cast off sorcery is destroy all non-giant creatures. Otherwise, it's a 7 mana 7/7 vigilance. Then we have Amaria's Call, 7 mana to create 2 4/4 white angel warrior creature tokens. Non-angel creatures you control gain indestructible until the end of your next turn, so even through your opponent's turn. Or you can bring it into play untapped as a white source, but it costs 3 life to do so. Cyclone Summoner, this is one of those good ones again for the +1. When it enters the battlefield, return all permanents to their owner's hands except for giants, wizards, and lands. So it doesn't hit everything, but it hits lots of things. Then we have the last non-land card in the deck. We have Ugwin, the Spirit Dragon. I think if you're playing a control-y style of deck, it is an appropriate win condition in the appropriate top end. I am going to be excited when this thing rotates out, but for now, we got it. 8 mana, 7 loyalty planeswalker, if you don't know that by now. +2 deals 2 damage to any target. -X, it exiles each permanent with converted mana cost X or less. That's 1 or more colors. And then -10, you gain X life, draw 7 cards, and then put up to 7 permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield. We have Castle Ardenvale, 5 snow-covered plains. Castle Ventress, 6 snow-covered islands. Gates of Istfell, one of the Kaldheim uncommon lands. You can pay blue, white 2 to tap it. So for 6 mana, essentially, draw 2 cards and gain 2 life. And you can do this at instant speed. So I think it's one of the better ones. Then we have the Snow Duel, the Pathway, the Cove, the Game Land, the Temple, Command Tower, Fabled Passage, Faceless Haven, and that comes into play tapped. Choose the color, snow, land. All right, that's our Niko Aris, Planeswalker, control creature deck. All right, let's get into some games. Yes, Lauren. Oh, a bunch of tap lands. Pink. Playing against Illuna. These two are kind of nombos. I think we could probably do a little bit better. This mulligan. This is not a whole lot better, but it is. It does have some stuff we can do earlier. I think we will keep this. We shall keep this. This kind of card is a little bit worse against what I'm guessing is a mutate style of deck. Art, I love these kind of style art. Disdainful Stroke's not going to be good for a while, but it'll be good eventually. Well, there's no point in doing that to that. I guess I should have played my Snow Covered Plains, but this not the end of the world. Ow. Well, now that not playing that Snow Covered Plains kind of bites us. I think I hold up this Disdainful Stroke. The next turn, we can spell out our retreat and make a 2/2. We're hovering over it. Do it. Well, that puts us in a predicament again. We can Elspeth Conquers Death, whatever, this thing. Ow. Alright, I think we do this. We could have set up for Dream Trawler. I kind of want to get this going. Be on wool white. A 2/2. Not the dancing kind of 2. Cat Beast 2/2. You gonna kill it? They're in the colors. Guess it's worth bone crushing, eh? Blue. What are you gonna get? Ooh, Gargaroth. Woo-wee. Well, we get 2 2/2s here. So that's nice. Dream Trawler doesn't really do much for us. Bounding gold this? Let's do that. Disdainful stroke will be held up. We will take 6 here. That's a little bit dangerous. Yeah, no. That was a good counter. Brazen Borrower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make another 2/2. Hold up Brazen Borrower. Gotta get this out eventually. Yeah, I think we do this. Blue. And then I think here, yeah, we're gonna do this again. Bounce that. Unless they have some kind of counter spell. Nope. There you have your 2, 3. Terror of the Peaks. We're gonna Elspeth Conquers Death that after we scry 1 land. I think we can land. Don't mind a land. Let's put a 1/1 counter on everything. Attack! Attack! Take it all. Yeah. Gilded Goose. Gain them some lives. Attack us for 5. For 8 in the air. Ow. Hmm. This one's whenever it mutates, it does that. Kind of have to play this, right? This plus gain 3 life. Can attack because I didn't get a land. At 8. Unless they can mutate this again, which will put 2 counters. What do they get? Octopus. I'm 100% blocked. Get it back with this next. And it comes in with a 1/1 counter. This is, I think I do this. Three, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Two? No. No, two. Guess I could have plussed on this. Let us +1 here. No attacks. Button for 3 there. Okay. Seven, 7, and an 8/8 coming at us. That's one doesn't have trample. Double block? I don't think we survive after that. Block there. Go to 4. That doesn't help us. Got some board wipes in the deck. Nope. That doesn't help us either. I can crack one more. What is this? Blue. Blue. That doesn't help us either. Come on, Shadow of the Sky. Nope. Cards have dropped. Next, get in there. I'll have vigilance. Don't think I could have changed combat there. John's 2 cards, 3 cards, 6 damage. We are just dead. Good this one. Good game. That blocks there. That blocks there. Blocky, blocky. So close. Right, let's get into another one. All right, John, Mitch, Tab Duff. We have aggro, and we are going to mulligan. I think we can keep this. As long as we don't die. Command tower it up. Oh, there's a good chance we're gonna get ran over here. Martel. Robber. I'm glad we foretold. Let's foretell again. Stop that robber from, unless they can go card. Even then we're tied. Can we live to this number? That's the question. If we go land, then we can get 2 4/4s and that'll help. Fergie. Well, that's a good one. I think we have to keep this coming up. Right, then what? Nothing. Got burn spells? No, that's the wrong thing. Want this. I'm guessing they're holding up some kind of burn. Sure. Block the robber, block the burgie. I probably have something. Everything gets under our giant killer. Block. What's this, 7? There's a land. You can do this. Make a blocker. One, two, three, four, five, six. One more land, please. Just let that go. I think I have to let that go. We gotta hope the heck this is a top deck land. Or we are dead if they use their Faceless Haven. Let's hope they don't see that. Didn't counter that. That token's lethal, or pretty darn close to lethal. At 2. Do they have the shock? They do. And that's the game. Alright, post game coming up. Sure. I don't know. It was fine. I've been in that situation before. Why not? Alright. Let's do a post game. All right, post game wrap up. Niko Aris. I think there are other better legendary creatures in these colors. Oopsie daisy. We do this legendary. I think I have them all. We do. Yeah, I honestly think Vega and Linvala, even though Linvala is party oriented, we did play her a long time ago. Even Yorion, I think these three are ahead of Niko Aris in the commander for Azorius colors. In our first game, it was a pretty cool epic game. I'm sure I could have sequenced things a little bit better and maybe used the +1 ability to get through a little bit more damage in the earlier turns. But the deck kind of more functions as an Azorius control deck, with always having the availability of a Planeswalker, which is kind of nice. But there isn't really super synergy other than a few of the creatures in the deck for its plus ability. And obviously the drawing cards with the Dream Trawler is also nice. Yeah, it's an interesting commander to choose. One of the new ones from Kaldheim. And yeah, all right. Thanks for watching. Take care. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are in the world. From Mr. Pisto to you. Thanks again for watching. Thank you for all my subscribers for subscribing. And if you did like the video, hit that like button, subscribe, notify, all those fun things. All right. Take care once again. Bye for now.